Welcome back. We are currently, as you know, in Paris or Paris. We've just come up out of the sewers and escaped out of this, which only can be described as a hotel. And we are going to be phoning Todrick, the tailor, and we're going to try and contact Nico Collard as well. So let's, or Nico Collard. So let's talk to Todrick first. He is not going to give you any information whatsoever yet, so this phone call is pretty pointless, but it is important to do it.
Hello?
Because
Who is this? Hi.
Adds to the plot.
My name's George Stobbart. You don't know me. Correct, Mr. Stobbart. I don't. What can I do for you? Well, I'm trying to trace one of your customers. Could I maybe come over and talk to you? No. No, that's not possible. Oh, okay. Forget it. Listen, all I want is a name. What are you talking about? Who are you working for? I guess you might say I'm acting in the interests of truth and justice. Thank God. I thought you were the police. There are innocent lives at stake, Mr. Todrick. Lives that you could save. You're collecting for charity, yes? No, I'm not. All I want from you is information. Go on. I'm listening.
Right.
Do you know a guy called Plantar? No, I never heard of him. Shall I tell you what happened to Plantar? How he was killed in cold blood? I told you, I never heard of Plantar.
Okay. Clearly that's not going to go anywhere.
What
Let's
do
ask
you
about the
know
clown.
about the clown who bombed the Café de la Chandelle Verte? I don't have no idea what you're talking about. You're cool, Todrick. But I think you know more than you're saying. I don't know who you be, but sure I am you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, this is ridiculous. Quit playing games with me, Todrick. I tell you, I know nothing about no clown. I expect Plantar's a family man, don't you? In their little apartment, Madame Plantar is cooking the supper, listening for the familiar sound of her husband's key in the door. Junior is waiting for his daddy to come home from work.
So American,
He
Junior.
can't wait to show him the merit marks he earned in school today. Only tonight, Monsieur Plantar won't be coming home. You forgot the puppy. Huh? The faithful puppy dog, waiting for the sound of his master's voice. Well, maybe they don't have a dog. What do you think? I don't know, Plantar. I never heard of Plantar. None of this has anything to do with me.
At which point you slam the phone down.
Thanks for nothing, Todrick.
As I told you, waste of time. Right, let's speak to Nico now, because Todrick's clearly not going to tell you anything.
Hello, Nico Collard.
Hello? It's George.
Ah, oui.
You said to call if I could help.
Have you any news for me?
You bet. I met a witness who spoke to the clown. And I know where the killer gets his suits.
No kidding. Hey, I'm impressed.
You are? Well, it wasn't easy.
Look, why don't you come here to my apartment later this afternoon?
Fine. Where do you live?
361 Rue Jarry.
Okay, I'll come over.
In which case, Nico Collard then has
I
her
was used to
own
working
investigation.
But I had to admit, it felt good with George on the case too. But there were some things I was going to have to do alone. And fast. I needed the answers to some questions. Who was the costume killer? And why did he murder Carchon? Why did Carchon ask for me to interview him? How did he know my father? And why was my editor so scared? There was some kind of secret war going on out there. But who was on which side? One thing I did know. I wasn't going to get the answers sitting at my desk.
So, time to leave the apartment. First we'll check your voicemail.
You have no messages.
Okay. Exit. And speak to this lovely little lady out here. She's going to tell you that Somebody is
Mademoiselle Collard.
Oh,
impersonating
hello
her.
there. Don't tell me. I'm going to meet a tall, dark man.
No, I don't think so. Why would you say that?
Oh, just a wild guess.
Anyway, your cousin's female and very pretty.
What?
Your cousin from Marseille. How could you forget her so soon? She was only in your apartment yesterday.
Ah, really?
Such a charming young girl.
Isn't she? And in my apartment, you say?
She let herself in, of course. She's got a key.
Suddenly, everything made sense. My apartment had been bugged. That was how Plantard knew all about my article. How did I know? Because the only cousin I have is a sweet little guy called Jean-Marc, who runs a patisserie in Le Touquet. These people were determined, which meant they were also very dangerous.
Indeed.
I suppose she'd forgotten which apartment was mine.
Oh, Miss Collard, you're a mind reader. That's just what she said.
Oh, I bet it was. Well, I'd better be going. See what my sweet cousin's been getting up to.
Au revoir, mademoiselle.
So, back up
So,
to the appointment.
Where had my pretty new cousin hidden her little bug, eh? I was going to have to search everywhere.
So, you look at the chest. That's where you look. Open this up.
The box was carved by... The elephant on the lid was a perfect match to... But that small metal disc underneath it in the chest was a recent addition. Oh, chère cousine. You left me a little present. You shouldn't have.
The bug. That's where it is, ladies and gents.
You don't scare me. Espèce de...
Oh. Right. Ignoring the obvious Facebook notifications. Why people decide to message me at this time of night, I do not know. Anyway, so without further ado, let's go back to the cafe and do our own investigation. Oh, we have a map. So let's go to the cafe at Champs-de-la-Mer. You can also go to the Carsham residence and Rue Jarry, which is where she lives. So, oh god, my throat. So let's go to the cafe. Ooh, I've just noticed that builder's no longer there. So who is this man?
Hello, could I ask you some questions?
That depends. Are you a cop?
No, I'm a journalist.
Bit late, aren't you? They already took away the body.
I'm doing a follow-up on this story. Tell me, are you related to the workman I saw digging the hole?
Don't talk to me about flobage. Pah!
Okay.
He just won a fortune on the horses and
Huh.
he won't give me a cent.
Well, it's his money.
When he was broke, he was happy to touch me for a loan. Brothers should look after each other, he used to say. He's changed his tune, now he's brassed up.
Typical.
Have the police finished with the crime scene?
What does it look like? I got orders to board up the windows, and that's what I'm doing.
Ask him about Sergeant Moo.
So the body's been removed?
I certainly hope so, or it'll stink to high heaven when they take down these boards.
Shouldn't you check?
Are you kidding? They don't pay me enough to put up boards, let alone check for dead bodies.
You're doing a fine job.
Damn right I am. You should be writing about me, not that idiot that got blown up.
The heroes who pick up the pieces when disaster strikes.
Exactly.
Well, give me your best smile and maybe I'll put your picture in the article.
Oh, right. Just give me a minute to do my hair.
Which gives us time to
The
snoop.
police had removed the body, but nothing else looked disturbed.
Obviously don't take the brandy because she's not going to take it, so there's only one other option, which is to look at the mirror. It's convenient that George managed to put it in that place. Because look,
A
there is
panel
something
had been
there.
blown away, revealing a gap. From this angle, I could see that something had been lodged in the gap behind the pipes.
So Planted obviously knew that it could be in danger.
Behind the table were some damaged pipes. Voila! The police and forensic teams had missed a vital piece of evidence. Some kind of pouch. On the pouch was the cross symbol of Cauchon's organization. I was on the right track.
Which means our next destination, as you probably would have guessed, is the conciergerie. Which probably means that inside the pouch is the key that we need to open that picture.
On the pouch was the cross symbol of Cauchon's organization. Inside the pouch were two items, a strange metallic artifact and a letter in some kind of code.
Oh, fun. Right.
Another
So we
coded
should
message. So,
Right, here's another message. Now, the first word that is here now is plantard. Some letters are the same, but the majority of them are different. So, it's just, you know, as you do. Ooh. It's always nice when you've got to do puzzles. Right, now obviously here it looks like Pierre killed, is it murderer? Arno and Yamanda, because they're the two before. Maybe full. Okay, let's go on with the Pierre. Right, Pierre. Oh, this is. So let's see S again. Ooh. Oh, bollocks. I always do that, don't I? Oh, blimey. Oh, I'm not good at this, am I? B. Right, that's obviously.
Plantard. Pierre killed. Murderer must have followed trail from Arnaud and Yamada. He will come for us now. We must be vigilant. Thierry's girl broke into Pierre's safe. She worries me. Imelda. So much for Imelda's innocence. Plantard was working for her, and for Canchon. But why did Plantard want to meet? Was it a trap? Or maybe he was in too deep and needed me to tell a story, whatever the story was. One thing was clear. It was a story worth killing for.
Ooh, and so the mystery deepens. Whew. Right, and this
The artifact
is a
had a
key.
sword laid across scales. There was a picture of Lady Justice on the locked panel, in the room below the conciergerie.
Which means that's where we're heading. Whoop-de-doo, Basil. Let's get out of here.
Hey, what about my photos?
Oh, of course. How could I forget?
Well, I'm waiting. Get your camera out.
Camera. Oh, I forgot. It broke.
Alors, they should never send a woman to do a man's job.
Well, this woman had
Oh,
fooled him
wow.
easily enough. And found the evidence the police had missed.
Right. So,
The strange metal
Two.
artifact I found in Plantard's pouch had pointed back to the quayside.
which is where we're heading. Ile de la Cité. An hour later. Right. Let's head in there. Oh, you know what this means. Oh, it's this again. Shell, Canchon, open sesame. Oh, of course, got to put it out first. There we go, shell, click. Canchon's artifact. Open sesame, secret creepy door. And down we go. Ah, at last we can put the pin in. The key. Put the key in the slot. It's where the key goes.
Plantard's key fitted the lock, so he must have used this place too.
Alright, love. Right, let's have a look. What are we going to find? Ooh, it is a ripped photograph.
A photograph had
Shock
been
horror.
torn up.
So what are we going to do?
If I could just arrange
Assemble
the pieces.
it.
Oh my god. It can't be.
Which means it's her father. Ooh, I hate doing puzzles. Right. This goes here, this goes here. No. Bloody hell. Okay, let's just do him first. And then we can just go from there, I suppose. Does it go there? Wait. So it goes there. It goes there. Hmm. Is this where the pouch goes? Yep. No. Hmm. Okay. Maybe that doesn't go there then. Is that where that goes? That doesn't go there. No, that must go there then. Alright, yeah, got it now. Got it, got it. Right.
There was no doubt about it. It was a picture of my father.
Thank goodness.
Papa? Oh, God. After what I'd gone through, I thought I could face anything. But not this. My father, the one person in the whole world who I truly admired, standing with Crachon while those murderers carried on with their evil work. My father, grinning at the camera. I couldn't believe it.
Right.
I realized that
shock
I
for you.
desperately needed to get to the bottom of this story, and that I really needed George.
I hear hail outside. Wonderful. Oh, no, it's George. Right, let's talk to this woman.
Oh, hi.
Bonjour, monsieur. Would you like me to foretell your future?
No thanks.
I'm very good. It only takes a minute.
Thanks all the same, but I'm not superstitious. Besides, if it only takes a minute, that's
Who
not
the hell
much
is
of a
that?
future to look forward to.
Bloody hell. The reason why I asked you to speak to her is because if you went to the door, it would be you'd say the door is locked. So it's best if you go with this. Right,
Do you
let's
know a
ask
young
her about
woman
Nico
called
Collard.
Nicole Collard?
Yes, I do. She lives upstairs from me in the apartment block across the street. The door isn't locked, but you'll need to give it a gentle nudge. It sticks, you see, because of the damp. The landlord said he'd fix it before winter sets in. He's been saying that for 3 years.
How long has Mademoiselle Collard lived here?
A few months. She's in for a shock when the cold weather comes. Drafty windows, insufficient heating. It's a struggle to keep warm. The only reason I stay is because the rent is cheap. Your young lady, she deserves better.
I thought Mademoiselle Collard was a successful photographer.
Not as successful as she makes out for all her fine clothes. Oh, I've heard her crying herself to sleep at night.
That's awful.
Now don't you let on that I've told you. She's proud, that one. Too proud, if you ask me.
It's funny how bitchy people
Have you
can
seen
be, isn't
anyone
it?
out
When
here
they're
watching
behind your
Mademoiselle
back.
Collard's apartment?
Yes, I have. A strange man. Tall and thin as a broomstick. He kept his face hidden, but I saw his eyes peering from evil little slits.
How was he dressed?
A long brown raincoat with an hat.
Or like Humphrey Bogart?
Yes, but he didn't have Bogart's charisma. Besides, this guy looked like he needed a toilet. You never saw Bogart clenching his buttocks like that.
Is there anything else you can tell me about Mademoiselle Collard?
No, monsieur.
Okay.
Are the flowers
Let's
for
ask her
sale?
about flowers.
Oui, monsieur.
Okay. I'll take a bunch of those white ones.
I wouldn't do that if I was you.
No?
They are lilies, monsieur. Some people associate them with death.
Yikes. Well, thanks for telling me. What other flowers do you have?
Dahlias?
What do they signify?
Insecurity?
I don't want to give her the wrong idea about me. What about the tall yellow ones?
Those are iris, the flame of passion.
And the little yellow ones?
Sensuality.
Well, they're no use to me. I want to make an impression, not jump down her throat. I've changed my mind. Will you tell my fortune?
You're going on a long journey.
My, oh my. What a surprise. Can you tell me anything I don't already know? How does this fortune-telling routine work?
If I knew that, I wouldn't be selling flowers for a living.
Haven't you ever wondered why you were blessed with the gift?
Well, it's a bit like satellite television, I suppose. Some of us are born with a built-in receiver dish. I just happen to be one of the lucky ones.
Can you really foretell the future?
Only time will tell, monsieur. The strange thing is, I can't seem to see myself in the future. Other people, I have no problem. But when I try to see what might happen to me, nothing.
That must be scary.
Maybe. I figure it's a kind of natural safety mechanism. Either that, or I don't have a future.
See you later.
Right.
That's right, monsieur. You will.
Let's finally go see Nico Collard.
Remembering the flower seller's advice, I pushed the door gently just above the lock. Hi.
Bonjour. I'm glad you could make it, monsieur.
Please, call me George.
Fine. I'm Nicole. Take a seat, George. Eh bien? And what have you been up to?
I've been exploring the sewers underneath the cafe.
I thought I could smell something bad.
The clown used the sewer to escape and to change out of his costume. I guess he was in a hurry. He left his jacket behind.
And?
I got his tailor's phone number.
You had better luck than I did.
Luck, she said. Luck. Hard work, I'd call it. What happened?
My editor told me to drop this story. Can you believe it?
But you're not gonna do that.
Oh no. I'm going to find out what's behind these killings. It just doesn't add up. It almost feels like some sort of conspiracy. The police in 3 different countries have kept very quiet about the murders. The press don't connect them at all. They blame them on political, religious, or militant minority extremists.
Well, that covers just about everyone. Tell me more about yourself.
There's nothing much to tell.
Oh god, here we
how'd you get
go.
into photography?
I guess I owe that to my father. He bought me my first camera. I was 8, and my
Can you
parents
read
had
me?
just split up.
Oh, we quite finished. Gosh, didn't
Did
think it was
you
going to
live
be
with
that
your
great.
father?
Yes. My mother went off
Oh,
with her
God,
new
here we go.
boyfriend. I didn't mind. Papa was all I needed. 4 years later, he died in a plane crash.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right. I don't mind talking about him. He was more like an older brother, really. Always joking and laughing. Papa always wanted me to study art. That's why I went to college.
Did you learn about photography at college?
God, no. I couldn't afford the materials. We were billed for everything we used. Paint, canvas, paper. Most of my year turned to minimalism. It was cheaper. I used to go poaching in the park for squirrel hair. The only time I wasn't hungry was the term I did printing. I used to eat the potatoes.
You're making fun of me, aren't you?
Oh, no.
Tell me more about the clown's previous victims.
The first was Arnaud Bellotta, the millionaire pharmaceutical baron. He made his money from amphetamines in the post-war slimming and diet boom. Imagine it, millions of housewives literally speeding their butts off. The only witness in the case was his Filipino au pair. She swears he was lured to his death by a snowman.
What about the clown's second victim?
Yamada, the controversial Japanese politician. He inherited his fortune from his father's electrochemical consortium.
How did he die?
At the hands, or should I say flippers, of a giant emperor penguin.
A snowman, a penguin, and now a clown.
I had been about to add mine to the list, but stopped myself. I really didn't want to have to explain to George about my father's involvement with Cochon.
You know, I hate to admit it, but this is scary. And I'll tell you this, I will not be accepting any invitations to costume parties.
I don't blame you for being scared. I am too. But this story could be my only chance for a big break.
Or an early death.
So let's ask her about these items then.
I found this false nose in the sewer.
Hey, what's this inside it?
The contents of someone's nose?
Don't be cross, George. It says La Risée du Monde. Masks and costumes. It's a costume shop near the Gare Saint-Lazare.
I'll check it out. Maybe the owner remembers who hired the clown costume. I found this tissue down the sewer.
That's disgusting, George.
No, I think the stuff on it is grease paint, like actors use, or clowns.
It's still disgusting. Get rid of it.
I found a piece of material near the cafe. When I showed it to the concierge, he recognized it right away.
It's very distinctive, all right. Just wait until you see this. I developed a film I shot at the cafe. Here, George. It's an enlargement I made. Look what that guy's wearing.
Checkered pants. The same material as I found in the sewer.
That's right. This guy shouldn't be difficult to find.
Oh no?
Take a close look at his right cheek.
A scar in the shape of a horseshoe.
Or a crescent moon.
How come you enlarged this photograph of me?
Because I noticed the guy behind you, of course.
And she's obviously not going to say much about the tools.
I have to go.
Okay.
So, where are we going to go? Well, that, my friends, is where we're going to find out in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, subscribe.